How many active duty do we have here today? We got a handful. I know I did this earlier, but I'm doing this for a reason. So how many veterans do we have? Okay. How many, don't think we have any World War II veterans. We had a car show back in the fall up in RTP as a fundraiser for Holvet. By the way, we're having another one this Saturday up in RTP. If you're into cars and want to come up, you can go to our website and see it. Life is all about connections, I've told you. That morning, this lady came out, and I knew she was out for a reason, and she kept looking around, and I went up and introduced myself to her. I knew she was about my age or so, and she had served in the Marines, and she finally said, look, I came out to see what the weather was like because I live with my dad, and he's 92 years old, and he served in World War II. And I would like to bring him out, but he's in a wheelchair. I said, well, bring him out and tell the parking attendants I said to let you through and bring him right up front. So he came with a couple of frames of memorabilia. He and 5 of his brothers went off to war in World War II, and all 6 of them came home. And we had the honor and the pleasure of meeting him that day, and it was an honor. And when I was thinking about this event, I started thinking about him and those that served in Korea, and then a number of Vietnam veterans that I've met through the years, and a small handful. And every one of these guys has thanked us for what we're doing and told us we didn't have what the guys and ladies have today, and we're so thankful that they have that. So for me, I believe in honoring and giving honor where honor is due. So I would like to ask Mr. Jeff Netzik to come up here. Jeff is a good friend of me and Holvet. He's wearing an ECU shirt. I went to East Carolina University from 1983 to 1988. You can do the math. That was a while ago. But Jeff is always out there, and he's sharing the message of Holvet, and I don't know it until I get phone calls and emails from people all around the state going, Jeff told me about what you're doing. So Jeff, I want to thank you for your friendship and your service, and you know how much I love you. And this is just a token of our love and appreciation for you. And thank you for all that you do, and thank you for your service. Thank you. So with that, I'm going to hand the microphone off to Michelle and Corey, and we're going to jump off into the afternoon.
So I don't think any of you have met me, at least officially yet. I'm the Transition Events Coordinator, so for Holvet. I'm an Army veteran. I spent 4 years in the Army as a medic, and then I transitioned out and became a nurse, and now I work at Cisco as an IT. Yeah, try to connect those dots. So this afternoon, we want you to have fun. Definitely do some exploring with different careers. As you can tell, I did some different things and ended up in a totally different place than what you'd expect me to do, right? So definitely ask questions, ask lots of questions. You don't know where you're going to end up, at least in the end, okay? Corey, you have anything you want to add? After you take a snap of everything.
So pretty much during this session, you know, I had to make sure that I was going off the beaten path. So pretty much the civilian career path exploration, this was something that I really benefited from because, as I said, I got my internship through PPE summer through Holvet. And when I talked to them, one of the first things they had mentioned was IT. First thing I told them, I was like, I don't know squat about coding, or I just know how to restart a computer and then hopefully it works. If it doesn't, I'm about to throw it across the room. And they said, no, that's not what you're going to be doing. They said, looking at your resume, we're going to put you with project management. And when I first got started, it took about 2 weeks for me to get the ball rolling with PPD. I felt heavily involved with them. I was going on every meetings. I was on every conference call. I was setting up conference calls with other countries, with like India and vice versa. And so basically this session is to really give you guys an opportunity to explore these other companies. And again, they may be here representing one department, but there's actually probably like 1,000 different other opportunities within these departments. Like I said, I didn't know anything about coding. They was like, no, looking at your resume, you're doing project management. And so this is one of the benefits for this, this type of panel.
So right now, we're going to talk about careers, and then after this, we're going to go and we're going to meet with all their career recruiters. Okay, so from 12:30 to 1:30, it's going to be all about careers and talking about those different careers, and then after that, we're going to meet with all the recruiters and have open networking.